Hey, folks. Ray coming at you here with Movement Monday, along with my co-host Hampton McCullough. Hampton, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Today is Monday, July 15th, 2024. We are here. We're getting close to episode number 60. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's nuts. So good deal. We'll jump in today. Movement Monday here. We're going to talk today about not faking it till you make it. It's I think a lot of times folks are encouraged to fake it till you make it, and um, why? Uh, Especially when it comes to fitness and health mindset. If you're faking it till you're making it, you're only lying to yourself. There's no point and lying to yourself just to look good for other people. It's really, it should always be a you versus you mentality. And that's kind of, where my mindset goes. I've had some recent personal experiences recent personal experiences that have kind of helped me to put that into perspective and recognize that where I'm at is a pretty good place for me, and I'm comfortable with it. And I just kind of wanted to share that energy and encourage other folks to just embrace what you're capable of doing, where you're at in life, what feeds you, what's going to help with your energy, and what's going to get you to the goal that you're trying to reach, because it's your goal. It's not somebody else's goal, and that you're not doing it really to please anybody else. It should be all to please yourself. So, any initial thoughts on that?
Um, well, if it goes to with movement for me is you can't fake it till you make it. Like you actually have to put in the work. And
Mm-hmm.
I like I know I talk about the gym a lot because that is where like primarily my movement is. I am gonna be apologetically myself and yeah, that's I don't know how else to put that into words, but
No,
I
and I get that, because there's days that I go where I feel like it's gonna be a great day. I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna run, I'm gonna do everything with full effort. And then there's other days that I'm glad that I just made it to the gym. And so those days, and it's a little different for me as a coach in the studio where I work out at, because I always feel extra guilty when I'm not giving it my all. But at the same time, I have to remind myself that it makes me human to have days where I don't feel like being there.
was just
Um,
gonna say that.
and so the relatability of building a community and a following, if you will, not to make it all about my social media status or anything, or what followers we have here, but it's more of a understanding that I am a real person, and I can almost guarantee that every person that you follow on social media that is any sort of a fitness influencer, not calling myself a fitness influencer by any means, but I mean, there's a little bit of that we're doing here. But I guarantee that there's everybody has those days where it's like, this is work. It's not fun. But then there's those days where this is why I do this, because I love the way this feels. And sometimes even those days where I'm glad that I made it, those workouts turn into, this is why I do this. And so it all kinds of has some overlay, but it really at the end of the day comes back to, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this to keep myself accountable. I'm doing this because I've learned a lot. I know what I can't do, what I can do, and I want to help other people, and I want to answer the questions. I want to be a resource for them and provide positive energy, encouragement, and all of the above to help folks be better in their fitness and nutritional life.
Well, and I will add to that. I know you do Orange Theory, and I do like a lot of group fitness classes. It's really nice to be working out next to people because it's like a little bit of a friendly competition. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at that point, when you're like mid workout and you realize like even at the beginning of the workout, you're next to someone who's working hard, and that kind of gives you the push because a lot of the time for me, if I don't feel like going, or most of the time, I guess, it ends up being one of my best workouts
Yeah,
because I get that like little friendly competition and the vibes in the room are just high because other people aren't in the same like mode as I am that morning, if that makes sense.
100%.
So
Yeah.
that's really nice too because a lot of like we've talked about this a couple times, like, not every day we go is gonna be great or we wanted to
Mhm.
go there, no matter how much we love movement and working out and because we are human.
Yeah.
So that
Well, and all that to that, it is great to always have, that friendly competition, if you will, but not also the camaraderie. But it's also recognizing the differences in who you are from where they are, and that's why,
Mhm,
bring it back to you're doing this for yourself because I at Orange Theory, they advertise that it's a workout that anybody can do. So
mhm,
we have members as young as 16. We have members as old as 70. But everybody can get the workout done at their own pace. There's different paces that you can go into, which I love, which is part of the reason why I'm such an enthusiast for Orange Theory because it really is anybody can do this workout. But where I struggle sometimes is I forget that I'm next to a station of somebody who's 15 years my junior, and so I'm trying to keep up with them, and I'm like, oh well, you're 30, and I can't keep up with you. So like, and it's the same thing, the different lifting styles. Yes, I'm strong-ish for my age. I could definitely be stronger. I'm working on building strength still because that's the whole, the overall goal. But it's recognizing that a lot of times the movements that they make aren't movements that you can make, and your body is different. Your body stature is different. I have a little bit more of a belly than some of the people that I'm working out with, and it goes in ebbs and flows. I have good days where my good times of the year where my belly is acceptable to me, but
well,
right now it's not one of those times. But
it's
yes, yeah,
it's also a friendly reminder that, like, to put it in different words, everyone's on their own journey too.
exactly,
And
yes.
I'm not at the gym to compare myself to other people's journeys because it's my journey and I'm doing the work for me. So,
Well, that's how it should be for everybody. But it's the same time of recognizing that you're there for you. So nobody's typically watching you or what you're doing. People want, yes, there's people that are going to be inspired by the movement or the people that notice, your form or whatnot. That's great. That's a compliment. But
mhm,
there's also the people that are there that are wishing that they could be like you. And or I guess that's the same thing, wishing that they could do what you do. But also there's the people there that are like, well, that we identify as people that we want
mhm,
to get to a point where they're at. And I know that there's older members of the gym that I appreciate the fact that they come in 3, 4, 5 times a week because it's like that's exactly what I am going for. I want to be able to move enough to be able to feel good enough to get in here, multiple days a week up into my 50s and 60s and be
mhm,
able to keep moving it and not feel like I have to just sit and be okay with, well, that's the best I can do. I guess I'm done moving now, and so
mhm,
and that's what it all comes down to is making sure that you're making smart decisions that are sustainable, and decisions that can carry you on through, a stronger later part of life. It's especially for you, in your 20s, working. You're still in your 20s, right?
mhm.
Okay, just making sure. I made a mistake of calling somebody into the wrong age group this morning, and so now I'm out. So, uh, but it's starting early, recognizing that at some point you're going to have to change it up because your body's going to change, and
Mhm,
so um, it's just owning it, being comfortable, and faking it till you make it is cool. In certain times, but if you're doing it all the time, then I encourage folks to reevaluate where you're at and find out why you're doing it, because you shouldn't have to be faking it for anybody else. You should be making it for yourself.
mhm.
Any final thoughts to touch base on with
No,
that?
I feel like that was hit it right on the head. It
All right,
was
good deal. Well, we're
oh,
gonna do a
yeah,
product spotlight.
but
So one that we haven't touched base on is our immune patch.
mhm,
And our immune patch is just what it sounds like. It's an immune booster. But it does so much more than just boost the immunity. It helps with those seasonal issues that folks have. Um, and sometimes of the year it's worthy of doubling up because you need that double effort. But it also keeps you healthy, keeps you wanting to get up and go to the gym, or get your movement in however you do it. So, but if you don't feel good, it's not going to feel good to get your movement in. So it's
mhm,
important to keep that immune boost, keep yourself healthy. I use that one for both me and for Cruz, my son, because he's exposed to a lot of different germs in school and sports and whatnot. So it's important to keep him healthy. It can encourage use of boosting that immunity more, and it's definitely one that's it's a daily for me. It's an easy peel, stick, and go type of thing, and
Well,
it's just
that's what I was going to add is now we have a lot of like drinks and stuff. So we haven't really touched base back on the patches. The patches are really nice because you like you said, use them for your son, but you can cut them.
yeah.
So your kid doesn't have to have a whole one. You can cut them up and they get like for my child, 3 or 4 uses out or days out of one
Mm-hmm.
compared to just one for us. But I
Indeed.
just wanted to go back because we haven't talked about the patches in a while.
We haven't done a lot about the patches, which is
I
kind of
know.
unfortunate because that's that was our foundation of when
Mhm.
Innovative relaunched, and so I'm glad that I pulled the patch out today because that's it's one that kind of gets forgotten because I wear them every day and it's really peel, stick, and go, and I forget about them until it's time to take them off at at
Mhm.
night, and so and put the steep ones on. So it's super easy, super effective, and I'm here for it. So.
Me too.
Um, Anything else to add before we wrap up?
No, I'm good.
All right, a good deal. Well, once again, we are your host, Ray Reyes and Hampton McCullough. This is Movement Monday for July 15th, 2024. We are both promoters for Innovative Nutrition, which, the Immune Patches is one of our products. We have a whole bunch of different products that help with, nutrition and supplementation. So if there's any information that you'd like, also some for weight management as well, if that's something that you'd be interested in. If you'd like any more information, maybe some samples, reach out to either one of us. We'd love to get you some information and possibly some samples. If movement and or exercise is a passion of yours and you'd like to jump on with us, reach out. We'd love to have a guest here as well. Always open to having guests. If there's a topic that we haven't covered and that you'd like to have us discuss, send us a message and we'll get that worked into and or possibly point you in the direction of maybe one that you've missed that we have done. If this is your first time viewing, please give us a like, give us a subscribe, turn on that notification so that way you know when new episodes are live. We do them every Monday. Other than that, we'll go ahead and leave you with that. Remind you to drink your water, take your vitamins, get your movement in, get it done. Talk to you later. Have a good one.
Bye.